Welcome to Dice Junkies. I'm Xenodamus. I'm here with
Q.
And we have Michelle at the editor station.
Hey guys.
All right, let's get this. Let's get it started. I guess we'll throw out, since Blood Axe sent it to us, and I know you and Blood Axe have been playing a lot of Gears 5, and you seem pretty excited about the changes that are coming up in this upcoming release.
Given my level of hatred, yes.
Yeah.
I'm a hateful person, and they have finally fixed some major issues with Gears of War 5 for you Gears of War 5 players. They finally fixed Baird. If you've been playing the game and you have a new character, he's had a glitch that was highly abusable, and it caused a lot of hate on my boy Dell. A lot of white on black hatred, man. People telling me not to play that brother. So they fixed him up. That's good stuff. And then the other one is Lizzie, my favorite character, now won't crash the dang game. Could you believe this? There was a glitch where she could crash, not you, but the game. Like, would kick everybody out of the dang game. When she was using her ultimate ability under certain circumstances, causes disconnects and crashes. So they fixed that. So now
that sounds like some pretty
enjoy the game.
Big stuff that shouldn't.
Yeah, those are broke. And stayed broke for a long ass time, man. So these changes have got us, me and Blood Axe's Gears of War player. Well, me. I mean, he played Baird, so. But I don't care. No mercy.
Yeah.
That's too bad for you.
Right.
Go back to JD Blood Axe.
Oh. And if you play Gears 5 and you enjoy the show, you can possibly catch Q and Blood Axe on there. You can message Mr. Blood Axe on Xbox Live, and you can join. He'll
call me and make me get on.
Yeah, you can join the Dice Junkies crew playing there. So, and
trust me, sometimes it gets worse what we're saying on that during Gears of War than we say on the show.
yeah. He Q has no filter in the Gears of War chat.
Nope.
So yes, we do have a filter. If you were asking for the show, we try to limit certain language, but we're not very good at it. The last couple episodes, I've noticed.
Well, I'm definitely not going to Gears. Like, somebody foolishly let their 8-year-old, and I was just putting ideas in his head until Blood Axe kicked him in order to save his childhood. Because he was just like, Q, what are you? And I was like, what? I didn't say anything profane. I was just like, oh man, don't worry about
don't say that, Teddy Sprinkles. Teddy Sprinkles in the chat room says Q needs a PS.
Man, fuck PS, man. I ain't playing them. Them little bastards told me how much I'm going to pay. Like, I'm going to play. They can kiss my ass. You don't tell me what to do.
Yep, so there it is. All right.
Nobody tells me what to do. I won't play Metro Exodus, and it's free on my Game Pass. I still won't play it because of the Epic nonsense. I won't play their game when it's free. That's how it's. You can send me a PS4. I will give it to a refugee. I'll take it down to the border and give it some kids so they can have something to do. You know what I'm saying? I won't play it. I will give that PS4 away. I'll give it to my son. He breaks everything. And my son, he'll have it for about a week, and then it'll be in pieces. I will not play it even if you bought me one.
All right.
You got to have principles, people.
So you heard us talk about Anthem last week while we're talking about video games here. We talked about Anthem. Well, BioWare is officially announcing that they're redesigning Anthem. So maybe we'll finally get rid of the Christmas trees if you're playing Anthem
2.0, as it's being called. They're claiming they're going to completely redo it and really get it pushed up. Now, I have my doubts just because I don't know. I mean, this is going to be expensive, and Anthem's already dead, but a lot of people bought it. So I don't think it's going to make them any new money if they fix it. The most they'll do is bring back people that own it. Because I've heard some people that said that own it said they'll come back and try it.
Yeah.
But I don't think new people are going to buy it.
I mean, not many games have been able to pull off the redesign after the fact. Probably the most closest thing you have to a success story for a redesign would be No Man's Sky. And No Man's Sky, you actually still had people playing it, where Anthem is pretty much already dead.
And even then, we don't know if that
there's still people playing it.
We don't know if that sold more copies because a lot of people were already on No Man's Sky because it had huge pre-orders. Mm-hmm. Everybody was excited.
I mean, it sold me a copy. I did not originally have it.
Oh, you actually bought it?
Yeah, no, I enjoy it. It's a nice space exploration game. If you're into that, I like it as a casual play game.
Well, here's what I've got to say. I'm gonna be nice for once and be honest. The concept of Anthem, what it originally looked like it would be, looked amazing. I'll admit it. Honestly, if they get 2.0 to what they said they were going to make, I will buy this game. Because they didn't piss me off. They failed, but they didn't piss me off in the process. And it looked fun. Didn't it look fun? No, it looked so much better than Borderlands.
It wasn't really my type of game out the door. So
it looked good, man. For what when they were in the designing phase, what they wanted to do with it looked amazing.
I mean, it looked cool. It looked like they had some really cool mechanics that I haven't seen before and stuff like that. But it still wasn't a game I wasn't gonna pay full. I mean, hell, I didn't pay full price for No Man's Sky either. I bought it after it had taken that hit and it was selling for $20, you know.
It looked like they crossed like Warframe, which is an incredible game, with like an Iron Man simulator was what they were trying to do.
I mean, my big reasoning for even if they fix a lot of stuff with Anthem is it's still going to have those microtransactions.
Well, I think they're supposed to be cosmetic, and I don't really care about cosmetic microtransactions. I played Pillars. Was that Pillars of Eternity or Exile? Path of Exile?
Yeah, but
I ran around in a sackcloth dress.
We're talking about an FPS game though, where cosmetic can actually alter the game.
It's also PvE,
the color of your gear and being able to.
Well, no, it's PvE though. I don't think there's any PvP in Anthem. I think it's all PvE.
Is it?
Yeah, to my knowledge, I've never seen any PvP. So is it PvE? No, you're just trying to impress other people, and I hate other people. So that's not a problem for me. I'll wear something you don't like so that you won't play with me. I'll be like, yeah, I'm just going to...
Tells you how much I cared about Anthem because I thought it was a PvP game.
Look at him. He's checking. Yeah. By the way, this is how we are, Dicejunkies. We hate to be wrong, especially versus each other. So we will cross-check. Oh, heck yeah. It's like, I got to prove you wrong. He's like, you only sent me one thing. I'm like, I sent you two. But no, like, I believe Anthem has the potential to be an amazing game. If they can fix it, I say give it a shot. If they fix the price tag, because even if they do fix it, I'm not paying full price, man. I'm sorry. You lost your full price chance when you screwed up so bad. But would I pay like 25% off? I'll buy it. That's a promise. If I can get it for 25% off after they fix it and it's good, I will buy it at that price. Now, as long as I'm right about the monetization being non-game affecting. Now, if it's game affecting, I'm out because I'm not going to pay to win. Really, not just because it's a bad habit. It creates more loot box games. It makes them think that works.
Yeah, it does seem to be a group co-op more so.
Yeah, so the cosmetics. So as long as it's only cosmetics, it's not a gameplay effect. I mean, yeah, there you go. So, I mean, if they can fix it, all right. BioWare used to be a really good company, so who knows? Let's see what they do with it.
Yeah, we'll see.
So I'm actually gonna do a rare optimism and go BioWare. I'm gonna give you a chance. I'll buy your game if you can do this right. I'll buy your game.
I'm still not gonna buy it. All right. What? I'm just being honest, man.
But give me something I can play with friends. Maybe I'll start a Dicejunkies clan. Now, if you can give me a skin where I can put the Dicejunkies symbol on my mech, I'll buy that cosmetic. Because that's advertisement there. Yeah. Walking around with the Dicejunkie skull on your mech.
So, Baldur's Gate 3 announced today, or not today, but this week.
They announced that they're going to have an announcement.
Yeah, they announced they're going to have an announcement. They also announced that, Stadia, which is Google's streaming gaming system, had listed Baldur's Gate 3 as a 2020 lineup, which they were like, yeah, no, that's wrong. Baldur's Gate's not coming out in 2020. Don't expect that. Google shouldn't have said that. And
how dare Google lie to us about Baldur's Gate 3? I am looking forward to this game. Only reason this didn't bother me is that I knew it wasn't coming out in 2020.
Yeah,
I didn't expect that at all. But it is frustrating that they can't even get the dang announcements right. I feel that. You know what I mean? I feel that.
But on also at the same time, they did say that there is something coming on February 23rd. Scroll down. They released a video on their
February 27th, so a little over a week.
Yeah. So February 27th, they say something's brewing. So if you're interested in Baldur's Gate 3, keep an eye out. We'll be sure to talk about it on the show after it's announced, whatever this is. But hopefully we'll get some more insight on Baldur's Gate 3. I mean, their account had pretty much been dead since July 2019, without really any announcement. So it's nice to see Baldur's Gate's sort of coming to life again.
Yeah,
so.
I am curious what I really want to see just a little. Okay, now you got me. Now I got to apologize. 'Cause I gave Zeno some, like, oh, great, we're going to talk about an announcement for an announcement. But now I'm thinking, if there's a little bit of gameplay, man, I will admit, I want to see. I'll take 5 seconds. Just let me see a little bit of gameplay.
And if you rewind on that video a little bit, they sort of show them. You may have to hit play. Or the video is just not going to work.
That's okay. We would have been demonetized if it did.
No, I don't think there's anything
they would have claimed us.
that's worth demonetizing or anything like that. Basically, it just shows where some people are doing some, wearing the suits, making moves and stuff.
Oh, motion capture.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
motion capturing
okay.
and music. That's and sort of getting the idea. Though. Yeah,
that's for the scenes. I want gameplay. Damn it! Show me somebody stab.
But I mean, it gives you an idea of where they're at in development.
Yeah, nowhere. They are in the early
which is still in the very early stages.
Like now, 2021's looking like a soft possibility. Yeah, because if they're still at the motion capture, then they might as well have just said, "Hey guys, we just started today."
Yeah, but I mean, maybe on the 27th we'll hear an actual estimation of a release date. And I say an estimation because I never take release dates seriously. I mean,
they push them back so casually.
Yeah,
I mean, our boys at CD Projekt Red.
Taking a release date that any company puts out as a concrete date is just making yourself get disappointed later down the road.
Do not bring up Kingdom Hearts 3. Cannot believe how long I waited for that.
I mean,
they pushed my reservation. Kingdom Hearts 2 was the one that I really had.
Final Fantasy 7, of course. Now, Cyberpunk 2020.
Well, 70, I mean, CD Projekt Red can do no wrong, right? or am I incorrect for feeling that?
Oh, so I saw this article the other day, and this is what Quinn is alluding to here, and I found it a fun article with. Basically, it's time to stop worshiping CD Projekt Red, which I didn't know people were worshiping CD Projekt Red.
How dare you like something?
But I mean, it basically boiled down to they're not nice people type article.
Well, they're misogynist and racist and whatever nonsense they threw at them.
Yeah. Which also has nothing to do with the quality of the games that they're putting out.
But they're not blue
like
check marks.
why are we not looking at game quality and what's being
it's
put
not
out?
About the game, it's about the message that they're pushing not matching our message. Is apparently what this person's whining about.
Yeah. So I mean, CD Projekt Red, I mean, the Witcher series is what they're mostly known for. Everybody and any worshiping that goes on is because of the Witcher series.
The Witcher fan base is rabid.
Yeah, it's a pretty rabid.
Apparently the game's supposed to be pretty good. I don't care. But
I mean, hell, Netflix has ridden that fandom with the Witcher series. I mean, the Witcher series would have never been made without the video game.
Dude, yeah, but this guy's just hating because he's up here going oh man, The Witcher's okay. I guess it was pretty good, but that's not a big deal. If your first thing you do is attack the favorite game of the fan base, you've already proven where you are.
Me personally, The Witcher is okay. I don't think it's in
I'm
my
talking
top,
about though from this piece.
yeah.
That's his first thing. Because here's what you do when you want to villainize somebody. First, you attack.
Well, yeah.
You tear them down. You attack what people like about it. You try to make people think they're wrong for how they feel about it. Then you start to push your own agenda in there to go, hey, I don't like them because they're not doing what I think they should do. You know, they make edgy jokes. And so, look, see, there it is. I knew it. The word misogynist. You know what? If the trigger words, transphobia, I'm done. No, I'm done. I don't want to talk about this no more.
Alt-right.
They got the trigger words in their thing, man.
All the
words.
words.
Dude, they're in the same damn paragraph block.
I know.
Transphobia, misogyny, and all that is literally all in the same damn bigotry.
Oh, they threw out Gamergate.
Bigotry.
Oh, wow. When was the last time you heard Gamergate even mentioned anymore? Like,
wow, do you believe this SJWMF actually called someone else a shill? He calls someone an anti-SJW and then calls them a shill in the same sentence. Whoa! Wait a minute, is this a Kotaku article? This can't be freaking.
No, this is thegamer.com. So.
Wow, this seems like something you get out of the Mary Sue.
Oh,
whoa.
Wow. No, they didn't
give me a name. Go up. I got to talk about him on a personal level. I got to insult him by name. Patrick's Turney. Stop bitching and whining, you crybaby. Yes, I'm name calling you. I'm being toxic. I'm being toxic as hell. If you want to have a general and an actual discussion about why a company should be approached differently, use real talk. Because when you throw out misogyny and Gamergate, you've told me you do not know how to actually have a real conversation. I'm being real. I'm not even just ranting. I'm being realistic. Talk to me like a person. Present to me ideas. Don't present trigger words. Because I can do that back to you. I can call you an NPC. I can call you an SJW. I can call you a shill. I can call you a white knight. Are those valid accusations? No, because I'm not actually backing those up with why I'm calling you those things or where I'm getting that opinion. Use real talk. Tell me what's wrong with CD Projekt Red without just pointing and calling them a bunch of names. Because name calling, according to your faction, is supposed to be inappropriate. Apparently, it depends on the name that you're calling, though. You can call somebody a misogynist all day. You can call somebody a transphobe all day, but you better not call them something that they don't like.
The other thing is I mean, they're also creating, I think, a problem that really doesn't exist, like worshiping CD Projekt Red to begin with. You know how many people I know that play the Witcher games that couldn't even tell you who made them? What company is behind them?
I don't know anybody that plays the Witcher games.
Like,
honestly, most of us have said, everybody I know when I ask about the Witcher, they go, man, the 1 and 2 were so janky, I just didn't bother playing.
You want to talk about stop worshiping somebody? You know, let's talk about Bethesda.
Actually,
I know that's
you segue in. Hold up, before you segue, no, I'm canceling. You want to stop worshiping? Stop worshiping SJWs. Stop worshiping feminists. Stop worshiping LGBTQ.
Oh God, I was trying.
Why don't you have a valid reason for your opinions, man? Except trying to seem like a super woke person.
All right, let's throw out a random encounter.
I'm looking at you, Patrick. You. I'm not talking to anyone else. I'm talking to you.
My thing is CD Projekt Red is a game company, and I mean, you shouldn't be worshiping any game company.
That's a game company. Like, dude, you want to attack somebody? There are genuine politicians out there that are everything you just said. Despite what you may think, I'm not some writer or something. There's people out there that fit that description. It ain't a freaking video game company.
Yeah,
do some real work.
They're also not a U.S. based video game company.
They're ruining the world though with their misogyny and their video games.
But yeah, so
what do you think people are out there? You think MAGA hats are out there beating people down with a copy of fucking Cyberpunk? Ah, just like how are you saving the world, Patrick? How are you saving the world, man?
Yeah.
Like at least get a real subject.
But yeah, so yeah. Which our editor is highlighting that yes, they are from Poland.
They're from Poland. Well, wow! You mean the people that wrote the Witcher game are from Poland like they should be? Look at that.
Yeah. They wrote a game with Poland mythology.
Okay, one more thing. I watched a game where a dude ran around in a suit killing gays and black people, and you're talking about this? There's real crap out there, Patrick. At least find a place to fight your battle. Go to Steam. There are really racist games on there. To help do something. I've seen messed up stuff. What are you doing? Worrying about this?
Have you seen those really horrible ones that Blizzard owns now?
All I know is I've seen really misogynist and messed up games.
No, we didn't talk about it back with World of Warcraft or Warcraft 3, but you know how a lot of people were talking about their EULA. Yeah. And how anything that is created with Warcraft 3 belongs to them. And so then a bunch of people started going out and making like Nazi games and racist games.
And they're not talking about this. Okay, Patrick, I'm going to look, let's meet in the middle.
And they started making all these really horrible games and then going, owned by Blizzard.
And yeah, but CD Projekt Red's the bad guy. They had a game where you couldn't play
which is what happens when the internet finds out that something they create is automatically owned by somebody else. They go and create the most horrible things they possibly can.
Polling jokes? Nah. We don't have the right editor for the polling jokes.
No, it's just Polish jokes.
I know I was
not
okay,
polling.
Shut up. All right, Bethesda, I'm done with you.
Roll on the random encounter.
You roll. You don't tell me what to do.
Fine, I'll roll.
We just talked about this. No one tells me what to do. Now, talk about nostalgia gold.
4. Nostalgia gold. Do you miss the arcade, and why has so many closed their doors?
Ooh, I have an opinion on that.
Do I miss the arcade? Oh, not really. I mean, it was a very interesting and fun part of my childhood, but there's still arcades out there. Yes, many of them are closing their doors and all that. But I'm not going to them, so I can't say that I'm missing it, or I'd be going to the ones and supporting the ones. And that's exactly why they're shutting their doors, is because...
Yeah, there are no arcades, man. I've been in the few when we went to Atlanta, and the original arcade had the up-to-date games, the cabinets you wanted to play. They're now just ticket corners, the little tickets for the little kids with the little ticket
The other
games.
problem is, dude, is... Back when we did arcades, back when we played arcades, home entertainment was a lot less affordable, a lot less popular. There wasn't as much access to home entertainment.
And I mean, it was a social thing. We went to the arcade because you got to meet new people, playing the games with them. You know, you go up, you put your money in the Tekken 3, you don't know who's going to walk up next to you and play. You get new challenges, you make friends. It was a social experience. You go grab a bite to eat, you come back. It was a hangout spot. It was a big part of my teenage years.
It was.
And I miss it. I mean, would I go now? Well, I'm 41, so I probably wouldn't go to arcade now. But do I wish they were still around? Yeah, because it was a good thing. I did a lot of socializing there,
but the thing that drew you in was the entertainment value. Now, I mean, the environment that grew out of that, that was a nostalgic moment. That was something that was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But the current generation of younger kids, most of them have grown up with a gaming console or a computer that's able to play a lot of games. You can also play online, so you don't have to go and find and meet people in an arcade to be able to play multiplayer.
What I kind of think you need it, though.
Like, that was one of the reasons why I went to the arcade.
Multiplayer
to play with other people. Well, you can do that online now. You don't need
that's
to
why
have
we
somebody
need it
come
back,
over
though,
to your house.
because so they don't just sit at home online. They go out and make some real friends. Look someone in the face. Maybe get a phone number.
The existence of something, though, does not mean that people will use it.
Okay, all right.
Just because arcade exists.
I wish they still had it. But you are right. The reason the doors closed is that everybody has it at home. They don't have to go and socialize. I mean, this is the same thing like with this dude, Patrick. Yeah, I'm still on him. If you don't have to go out and talk to people, no, from a social point of view, the reason people act like this now, they're so willing to say all this offensive things, because they're not talking to people face to face.
Yeah.
The anonymity of the internet has bred some toxic, hateful people, because no one can debate you. he put this out, and I'm talking all this crap, he'll probably never hear it. Because so he doesn't have to face any judgment. It used to be if you wanted to say something crazy, you had to be in a room of people when you expressed it, and people look back at you and go, like, what the f are you talking about? Like, that's why I miss this socialized environment where people get together. The internet is kind of messing people up that they're not learning how to interact with other people appropriately.
Well, it's also allowing people to fall into bubbles. There's that whole social bubble where, I can find people that have the same exact opinion as me.
All the crazy people can collect together in one little crazy circle that goes, I think the world is flat. And hey, I found 10 other people that think that. I actually can sit over here and everyone agrees with me.
And you can get a small group, a very minority group, and you can come together and look a lot larger. We have that, on both sides of, very extremist groups
and that are block able everyone that disagrees with you and act like they don't exist.
That are able to congregate together and become a mass. Dude, and when
we both know someone patted Pat on the back for that article, and that's sad to me.
It's one of the reasons.
You're right, man.
It's one of the reasons why, me and Q get along and why, we respect each other as much as we don't have the exact same opinions on things. Like we differ on a lot of different levels. But we're both people who enjoy that ability to discuss, debate.
Dude, we debate, we
argue.
Pull facts on each other, we pull articles. But the thing is, that's how you reach a valid opinion to me, is that you've talked to other people, you've debated, you defended your point of view, you've researched it, so that you're now not saying something out of a pure emotional response. You actually put some effort in. And sometimes you still keep your opinion, but you know me, I'll say, this is my opinion, it's probably wrong, but blah. Because I realize I don't have the facts.
But if I go somewhere and somebody's like, oh yeah, I agree, everything you say, I agree. And, one or two things. Either they're full of shit, and that's the most likely thing, or they're not going to add any benefit to me. They're no benefit to me if they can't.
They can't.
If they agree with everything that we, there is that issue of somebody being too much like you. Like,
yeah.
I agree with everything you say.
Shut up.
Don't tell me to shut up.
Wow, you two are alike. Look, why don't both of y'all check your white privilege?
Oh!
One thing I can always do is pull that race card. It's in the back pocket.
Well, I can pull the woman card.
You can pull the woman card, yeah.
I got spots.
I don't think that counts as like enough of anything. Look, you can pull the you don't have to care because you're a white male, so in general you'll be okay.
Oh, okay.
It'll be all right no matter what they say.
I don't think that's how that works.
It's not really political.
Yeah, we'll move on to the next subject. Random encounters is supposed to clear the palate, not
cleanse the palate of all the nonsense. So video games, right?
Yeah. So I saw this interesting video game reviewed the other day. And I was like, okay, this is worth talking about.
Give us something to work with, because we're trying to guess where to go.
Well, she already has it pulled up.
Oh, wow. Good job, Ed.
Ha, 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 ha.
So
I underestimated you as a woman, and I apologize for men everywhere.
Did you underestimate her because she was a woman, or just because...
No, I'm just an asshole who doesn't pay attention.
Oh, yeah.
That's
very
true.
Honest.
That's very true. He is just an asshole.
So the new game, Iron Dagger, has a... I don't know, man. This looks neat to me. Like, this is...
It's like XCOM meets Prince of Persia.
It's also like the exact opposite of the Dark Souls games. You have Dark Souls like games, as being like super popular right now. And like, this is the exact opposite. I know. and so this is like the exact opposite of that. It's like, oh no, I died. Let me rewind time and let me try that again,
Like I said, Prince of Persia, man. It's like Prince of Persia, but with like tactical RPG style combat. Seems to be at least real time, more like Pillars of Eternity than or Path of Exile than like, tactics It's like Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yeah.
But you actually can rewind time. Basically, it's for a certain amount of time. Like you see it done in an example where a person's dodging a grenade, they keep getting hit, and they keep rewinding time until they find which way to juke to get out of the way, and that was pretty cool. Like right here, you see him literally like juking around attacks in order to try to avoid the mistakes they made, and that's pretty cool.
So yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting. Just the concept. Also, it's one of those things. If you're really into mechanics and number crunching, being able to do that sort of rewind, you can sort of see how a system works. I would think. So
you can try a lot of things. And experiment. It does allow you to take a risk. You can go for something risky, and then if it doesn't work, you can just rewind time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that to me makes it definitely not Dark Souls, because that makes it extremely forgiving by its nature.
Yeah. But, all right. Anyway, I just wanted to bring it up because it looked interesting. It's something I'm going to try to probably check out, Iron Dagger. If it sounds interesting to you, that's what it's called. You can check it out. I'm pretty sure it'll probably be on Steam.
In case you're wondering, it's actually called Iron Danger.
Danger? I misread that entirely. Thank you for correcting me.
You're welcome.
It's okay, man. We've grown accustomed to your illiteracy.
Woman-splaining me.
I'm sorry. You
No,
were the one mansplaining
she was
me.
correcting your incorrect male pronunciation.
Exactly. Don't
Which
you
is
mansplain
needed.
to me how I
Yeah, don't you
woman-splain to
mansplain about her woman-splaining.
So Iron Danger.
It's too late. You know you never apologize.
But it says but with more spells and daggers, and that's where
That's what stood out to me. Daggers.
Daggers.
You're still explaining.
Yep, I am.
Just give it up, man. You tried.
You're wrong.
Next subject.
Yeah.
Go ahead and segue.
So Sonic.
Wow, great segue. Yeah, your
I
heart
don't
was in
know,
that
man.
one.
I mean, we're done with games. I don't have any more games on the list, I don't think.
All right, this is a rare case where I've got to jump in. I actually saw this movie. As we know, unlike Xeno, I actually have reproduced and have a son, and I took my son and his brother to see Sonic the Hedgehog. And I can honestly say that this is a good movie. This is a kid's movie. So I want to reiterate this because I know you're used to us in the Dicejunkies, and I'm going to tell you, it's a kid's movie. Do not go see it if you don't want to see a kid's movie.
I heard it was homophobic, horrible.
I will get into the madness of the psychotic extremists.
And you should just leave the theater and go over and watch Birds of Prey.
Yeah, take your small children to watch the rated R movie where Harley Quinn says motherfucker every goddamn 10 minutes. That's good for your kids. Well, she does. All she does is say it all the time, dude. He curses constantly in that movie. But, ooh, good for kids. But no, it's a good movie. If you like Sonic and you don't mind children's movie, I would say go see it. Now, if you find children's movies annoying, it is a kid's movie that will overrule your love of Sonic if you find it annoying. Like I've told Zeno, you might want to watch this. Zeno said he's going to probably watch it when it comes out on Netflix or something.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he'd want to sit in a theater. It's a kid's movie, but it's a good movie. Sonic is done well, but he is a kid. This is not the Sonic that we're used to acting like. It seems like he's about 6, 17. It's like a 10, 11, 12-year-old kid is what Sonic effectively is, and that's how he acts. But there's Easter eggs. Jim Carrey is so funny. He hasn't been this funny since, like, the 90s, man. This is funny. Everything that Jim Carrey did had us laughing. Like, Jim Carrey was hilarious. The Stinger, please wait for the Stinger. I saw people walking out. I felt bad for him because
I heard a lot of places everybody was
clapping,
like, "Oh, you gotta,
cheering."
you gotta
Everybody
wait
loved
for
the Stinger, and I saw people leave, and I was like, "Ooh," because the Stinger. All I'm gonna say is that their artwork and design really improved. The Stinger is done extremely well as well. The way they do the graphics, well done. People look like they're supposed to look. That's all I'll say. They look exactly like they're supposed to look. They sound.
So let's look at those. Let's look at those beautiful, unreliable Rotten Tomato scores.
Well, I mean, audience seems to have it this time, finally. 95% audience score, 63% tomato.
Now you actually said you thought the audience score was a bit high, in your opinion.
That's a tell us thought. Actually, I'll admit, at first, I thought it seemed a bit much for a Sonic movie. But if this is coming from parents that took their kids, I would rate this a 9 out of 10. I would rate this a 9 out of 10 for a family movie and a kids movie. As a Sonic fan movie from somebody in our age group that remembers Sonic, like if you're 30 or older, I would rate it about an 8 out of 10. Because you're going to have to grit your teeth through how kid-centric it is.
Look at that, all audience, 9,000 some odd ratings. Only dropped 1%.
Yeah, but look at that. Look at that top critics rating. Jesus, the top critics rating is 50%. That shows you the critics don't know crap.
Well, here's what's amusing to me. So I went and I looked at this Thursday, I think, or Wednesday before there was any audience scores, and the critic score was around 80 something, and then it had dropped some Friday, and the critic score is continuing to drop. It's almost like an after effect of, oh crap, people like that movie. Let me go and be a critic and rate it.
What
poorly.
it is that it dropped around the time it kept beating the crap out of Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey. As the critic score improved and this movie started to take more and more superiority, then the shilling just started to grind out and the critics attacked it because it's making more money than that stupid rated R nonsense that got released. And I call it stupid because Harley Quinn could have done better if it wasn't rated R. That was a dumb movie.
Well, since you've seen the movie, let's scroll to the top of these things and
let's see if
let's see. Okay, so the first two are positive reviews. It says affectionate, charming, and genial. Is that agreeable to you?
Yeah. It's a heartwarming story. It's a friendship story.
Second one was, I was just thrilled to be reminded of everything Jim Carrey can do when he lets himself riff.
Jim Carrey was a highlight of the movie.
Yeah, you said it was very classic Jim Carrey. He did a really good.
He is so funny, man. I don't know why people did. I mean, is it adult humor, sophisticated? No, it's Jim Carrey, man. It's Ace Ventura. It's the stuff we used to watch. It's in living color Jim Carrey.
All right, whatever else it may achieve, Sonic the Hedgehog is unlikely to elevate the based on a video game category above the dismal level where it was wallowed for the past quarter century.
Literally already disproven by the amount of money in the movie.
I mean it's expected to have a $50 some odd million opening, which puts it at the top of video game
literally just this review just dropped right into the toilet immediately.
It's not the I can't.
It's not the cavalcade of horror promised by the first trailer, but rather the kind of bad mood one forgets instantly.
I don't know why I'm trying to read this when the monitor forum is in front of you and not me.
So. Quite literally, that review is not accurate because I'm sitting here remembering jokes and laughing. So, no, you remember it.
All right.
It's too inoffensive to be hated and too wretched to be enjoyable. Okay. Too inoffensive to be hated is not a negative thing for a kids
movie. Yeah.
And too wretched to be enjoyable doesn't apply to a kids movie because how could it be wretched? It's a kids movie. There's no moment in it that's inappropriate. There's no inappropriate humor. There is nothing to be offended by. In fact, to say it's inoffensive but then claim it's wretched shows this person doesn't know what the hell they're talking about. Well, no, that's like saying it's too scary to be okay for kids, but it's too non-scary to be okay for adults. You're like, wait a minute, huh?
I mean, you could think there's a tightrope there, a balancing act.
It's a fucking kids movie. If you're thinking that hard about it.
Yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog might move like a bolt of lightning once his feet start flying, but even with the orthodontia done to correct his chompers, the movie bearing his name still goes nowhere fast. Again, incorrect. I mean, is it a riveting new story? No, it's like a freaking kids movie. It's like what you expect out of SpongeBob or something else, except better than the SpongeBob movie I saw. Sonic the Hedgehog, that's a positive. Sonic looks was famously corrected after the movie trailer triggered something akin to online panic. Perhaps fans should have been consulted on the script as well. Again, it's a kids movie. It's a fine script.
So, speaking of the redesign, I mean, what did you think of the redesign? So, I mean, we all saw the horrible thing that was in the original trailer.
At no point during the redesign did Sonic give you the cringe. I mean, was he as realistic as the other one? No. I mean, they made him more like the cartoony Sonic. But, you know, the thing is, he looked fine.
Yeah.
He looked pretty decent.
I mean, and we saw it in the trailer and everything, but I mean, I just wanted to see how it played out.
There's no point in a movie where you're horrified by its look. I mean, he's less cartoony than the old stuff, but he's, oh, God, dang it, man, that old trailer, I forgot how bad it looked. Whoa, Jesus Christ, wow. Oh, I'm so glad they didn't do that. There are scenes in this movie that also, honestly, like that scene there where he has the nunchucks, there are scenes that would not have worked with that design because they're designed to be funny, and it wouldn't have looked funny with that horrible thing doing it. Like, I can't imagine that original design be doing the comedy that Sonic does. And also, it's very much supposed to be emotional. You're supposed to feel bad for Sonic. He's very lonely, and no one feels bad for whatever the heck that thing is. You're like, you should be alone, and you should die in a fire alone, is what you feel about that. But there are other characters in the movie, and they are also well-designed, exceptionally well-designed. I don't want to spoil it, because oddly enough, no one mentions them. They're keeping it a secret, but at the beginning and end, you get other characters. They're well-designed.
All right. All right, well, I mean, I think that's enough Sonic talk. I mean, so if you have kids, it sounds like you should definitely go and check out Sonic. He's complaining about your F-bombs in the chat room. You've doubled up, man.
But I was quoting Harley, and Harley's a good movie. It's gonna save the world. I can do that because I'm quoting Harley Quinn, and Harley Quinn can do nothing wrong.
All right, random
encounter. In fact, stop mansplaining.
All right, random encounter. Woo!
How dare you tell me I can't quote Margot Robbie in her fine piece that will change the world for the better. Woman, don't you tell me what to do.
Roll the dice.
I ain't gotta listen to you. I don't know you.
Yeah, you do.
I ain't white. I get to have rights.
9. Steam Wars. Should Steam keep the status quo, acquire Steam exclusives, or try to partner with Epic Games?
I don't like any of that. I don't like any part of that. I mean, I'm going to say that Steam does not need to get exclusives because it's the same crime. It doesn't make it okay if you do it too. I do think they need to fight the Epic exclusives, like where they said if you're doing this, you can't come on to Steam if you decide to pull this crap. I like that idea where they were going like, hey, man, if you go Epic exclusive, you know, you can't just jump on the Steam when you feel like it. I like that. I think they need to be even more aggressive. They need to tell people, if you're going to do these practices, stay your ass over on Epic.
Well, I think Steam has exclusives. They're just not paid exclusives. Like, they could.
Well, that's not really Steam doing it then. I know. People decide to only put their game on Steam.
Yeah, some game companies I've seen, as far as services go,
but Epic is bribing people to go exclusive.
Put it on Steam.
I mean, Epic's paying people off and going, hey, we'll pay you just to not be on Steam. We don't even care where you go. Just don't be on Steam. I think they need to fight back. The status quo is not working, but Steam exclusives is just going to create the same problem. I figure the new
Half-Life VR thing will be Steam only.
I mean, it's Valve. That's different. Like, nobody said you have to put your game on. I mean, I don't consider that being exclusive to go, hey, we put out a game. It's our game. We're not going to let Epic sell it because it's our game.
Well, and that's probably why you don't see quite as much hate towards, I guess, the Origin store, which is it's EA's games. Even though they're not putting them on Steam and that sort of sucks, it is their property.
Also, EA sucks. I mean, are you really missing their games? Oh no, I won't get to play your EA game. Oh, but God, I mean, help me.
They've turned it around. They've started putting stuff back on Steam. Of course, they've rose the price on a bunch of it, but that's
just to let you know you shouldn't be buying this. We're being responsible.
Oh, okay. Is that what that is? That's
you don't want our game.
That's them trying to teach a valuable lesson to consumers to not buy their stuff.
I mean, yeah, that's I respect them trying to let you know that you shouldn't be buying their games.
Oh, okay.
EA needs to go out of business or go purely mobile. They need to pull a Blizzard, or at least what everybody's been accusing Blizzard of.
Speaking of Blizzard.
Oh, crap. I wasn't even trying to segue. I forgot. I thought we talked about that already. I've drank. There's a lot of whiskey in this coffee, man. I'm losing track.
So, a lot of people have been complaining about. I guess I should have put this with the rest of the video game stuff, but I actually forgot about it.
Good job.
That's why.
See, it wasn't just me. You don't even have nearly as much.
I mean,
Jameson
you rolled into it quite well. You didn't see how much Jameson I put in mine.
Well, I've got Amaretto and Jameson, so there.
Why do you think I put both the bottles over there? Because I used them. All right, so
child-friendly Dicejunkies.
Yeah.
Twitching.
All right, so new article talking about so anyway, a lot of people were blaming Blizzard this past week about pulling their games off of Nvidia's new cloud service, Nvidia GeForce Now, after it being out for like a week, and then Blizzard apparently pulled all their games. People were mad, and I mean, understandably so, that their games were there and then they weren't the next day. But come to find out, this was not just a Blizzard mistake. This was a Nvidia mistake.
Which I have to apologize. I've been railing on Blizzard pretty bad about this, but turns out it wasn't all Blizzard.
Yeah, all Blizzard is the correct term, though.
It's some Blizzard. It's always
definitely some Blizzard. Yeah. But anyway, there were several companies that were part of the GeForce Now beta. If you'll scroll down just a tad bit more, there we go. We had Capcom, Konami, Rockstar, and Square Enix were also part of the beta, along with EA Blizzard, and they had all pulled out. Well, apparently Blizzard also pulled out, but there was a miscommunication, so GeForce released it with Blizzard stuff anyway.
Don't you hate when there's a miscommunication about pulling out?
Oh, man, that's horrible. I mean, you do have a kid, so anyways,
you cut deep today, man. Y'all didn't hear the before we went live. This man's been cutting deep. I don't know what your issue is, but
it's just one of those days, man. So anyway, it comes down to Blizzard. Blizzard did not want to be on the service after the beta to begin with, because apparently they are also waiting for commercial agreements. But obviously that's a problem, because the whole point of this service is not to have commercial agreements.
And we know Blizzard doesn't want you enjoying their games without paying them again.
Yeah.
I mean, they broke your World of Warcraft 3 solely because they're mad you were enjoying it. They're like, we'll show you breaking World of Warcraft 3.
So if you don't know much about what this service was, the idea was to allow consumers who have already purchased these games, and for PC, they have them on their PC, they can play them on their PC, to also be able to play them on this portable console-like thing, the NVIDIA Go, in which they would stream the game to you. They'd basically crunch all the hard stuff on their end, charge you $5 a month to utilize their computers.
But how does Blizzard get paid?
They don't. That's the point.
Dude,
they already got paid.
Blizzard,
they got paid when you bought the game.
Do you know how much Blizzard is mad that they can't burn your existing copies of their games you've already paid for? If Blizzard had their way, all of your games from Blizzard right now would melt, and you'd be forced to rebuy them. If they had the way, that's their business model. Do you know how mad they are about the fact that people are still playing World of Warcraft 1 and 2? They only got 3. They're trying to find a way to get 1 and 2. I think they brought back classic World of Warcraft just so they could break it again. And it's like, hey, man, here's classic World of Warcraft. Now we take it away. Now pay us. We don't want you playing our games, damn it. They learned from Bethesda. Didn't the dude at Bethesda basically come out and go, yeah, man, everybody's playing Fallout 4. We're not getting paid for that. We going to do Vault 70. Vault 76 was Bethesda going, how dare you keep playing this game that you've already paid us for and you own and technically should be able to play. We're going to try to find a way to keep charging you to play this game. Because remember, Fallout 76 was a full-price game.
Now we're talking about Bethesda. I thought we were bitching about Blizzard.
Blizzard's trying to match the freaking Bethesda model. Now, I ain't going to lie. They better stop. Because you know Bethesda. They don't like not being in the news. I'll bet you know what? Before the end of March, this is a Q prediction. Vault 76 will be back in the news. That is how much Bethesda don't play that shit. They're like, oh, Blizzard, you think you got something? But Vault 76, before March is over with, they will be back in the news.
Blizzard has been overshadowing bad Bethesda rep for like the last month now. Like Blizzard has been, I think, on every one of our episodes this year.
That's why I know that Bethesda's thinking. They're like, okay, we put out the NPCs. What are we going to do? Let's charge them per dialogue line, man. We got to find a way. We're not in the news. We're not good. But Blizzard's trying to make us look bad. What do you say?
Bloodaxe says Blizzard needs to fix StarCraft if they want more money. No, you don't want them doing that. You don't want them to touch StarCraft.
They go back and amp up all the seeds and go, don't worry, if you buy StarCraft Refocused, you can get your shit back. But you know what? Let's be real. Not this, but because we are on the subject, things like Vault 76 and what happened to Warcraft. Yeah, because I'm going to talk about it.
Yeah, no,
but overall,
fine.
But even this sets a very important lesson. I at first did not have a problem with the digital games. You know, I like Steam. I used to like having a physical copy, but I got used to it. I'm a Steam player. You know, I play Steam or anything. But now I'm getting concerned because I'm realizing that they're capable of coming back and effing you over, which they can't do if you own a physical copy of the game. So there may be an issue with these digital copies of games if they keep going back and going, hey, we passed the game. Because honestly, long before Fallout 76, Bethesda kept putting out darn patches to Fallout 4 that broke all the mods. I mean, people out there that modded their Skyrim and Fallout, especially Fallout 4, know what I'm talking about. They put out a patch that, as far as we could tell, all it did was break the mods. It didn't do anything but break the mods. And then they had to go upgrade the FCE. You modders out there know what I'm talking about. FCE, they had to upgrade it to match the new patch to work again. And I'm wondering if this is going to become a continuing theme where they try to remonetize games by breaking your game and then charging you to fix the game you already own.
Bethesda don't even have to all that. All they do is they just re-release the game on the next console and they make money, dude. How many times have they re-released Skyrim on the next console?
But that's new money. They want money for the stuff they've already given you on the old systems. You don't seem to understand how greed works. I'm proud of you for not, but it also makes you vulnerable. Y'all, Zeno's got a good heart. He doesn't understand the greed.
I'm actually glad to see this fail. And one of the reasons why I am is because I hate cloud gaming. I think cloud gaming will ruin gaming if it ever succeeds and takes off.
I don't do it. Yeah.
For one, it will completely destroy any kind of modding community. And I want to see more games that are allowing mods, more games that want third party.
I disagree with destroying it. I think what it'll do is it may cause a divergence where you'll have game companies that are doing a cloud gaming and game companies that aren't. Because there's someone out there smart enough that's going to go, let's not do cloud run games and see how well we do. And guess what? I love mods. I'm way more likely to buy a game that I can mod. I've bought bad games just because they have mods. This is the truth. I've went on Steam, bought games that weren't that good because I was on Nexus and saw good mods and went, this game will be good with this mod.
Modding is the only reason why people buy the Arma series, like Arma 3. That stuff is, people sell mods for Arma 3 because they're so popular. But Arma 3 itself is the base game, and I don't know of anybody who plays the base Arma 3 game. It's just, this mod, it only works if you have the base Arma 3. I guess I got to go buy Arma 3.
I have quite literally went and gotten several old school JRPGs that had really annoying features that I was willing to try them again. I had red box them. I didn't like them because I found that they had a mod that fixed a problem or an annoying repetitive feature. This is the truth. I'm trying to remember the name of the game. There's a game I bought solely because it had a really annoying... You don't do a lot of JRPG, but some JRPGs have completely randomized statistical leveling. Okay, you don't do the really weird ones because you're normal. I've played some weird crap, dude. I'm playing a game right now that isn't in English. Can you say you're doing that? I'm playing a game right now, a Wuzia RPG that is not in English.
I will say I haven't been playing any of them that were not in English.
Okay,
I've played a many a JRPG. I used to get fan dubbed JRPGs.
Oh yeah.
Especially with the old the SNES and NES emulators.
Oh god.
Like that's how I originally played Dragon Quest 5 and 6.
That's how I played the Secret of Manas that never came.
Yeah,
over.
we're fan dubbed versions of those.
Well then I'll take that back. You played JRPGs too. I've played some JRPGs.
I mean, we've had this the reason I look at you funny is because we've had this conversation. You're like, "Oh, you've played that," and I'm like, "Yeah, you've played that. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know anybody else played that."
Well, I know
we've
you
had
haven't
the
played
conversation
this was
about
terrible, and this was a terrible one, but it was fixed because it weirdly had a random leveling up system. Like your stats didn't go up linear; it was just random all over the place. And then in a mod, altered that and said, no. Now, if you're doing this, you get these upgrades.
I've played several
like
JRPGs with female protagonists, and I know you didn't play those. So screw you, man.
I can't even name any with female protagonists.
See.
I think there was a game called Heaven's Blade. I didn't play it, but I think it existed. But anyway, my point is that mods can literally sell games. So I'm with you, but I think that what would happen is there would be a divergence that there would now be these guys are only doing this, then some other company would logically target the gap. Because demand, baby, demand. It's demand and supply and demand.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe what would happen is there would be game companies that would specifically go for that and use that to grow, while the AAA companies just kind of faded away because they're stubborn. They start doing pure cloud gaming, they refuse to step back. They don't care. Like they've been doubling down a lot lately.
Yeah, and I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, they do come out with some of these companies come out with good games, and I hate to see, good games I refuse to play because of some stupid mechanism that they attach to it.
I mean, I can't comment because my hatred and willingness to not play a game requires nothing that valid a reason.
I mean, we already started off this episode talking about PlayStation, so don't even.
My pettiness is strong, as I said before. My pettiness is strong. You don't have to do a lot to piss me off, and I'll never touch your game. But it's really because of my general concept of, man, it's my money. I'm an idiot if I give my money to somebody that's doing something I don't like. That's a fool.
Oh, we've talked about a lot of bad stuff, a lot of annoying stuff. But hey, let's talk about something that has been being done right for a while now. And that's Castlevania. Like, I mean, this has become one of the
Netflix series.
Yeah, one of
Capcom ain't been. Is it Capcom that does the games? They've been effing up the games, but
Yeah, this has been one of our favorite series on Netflix. I think I know it's one of mine.
Oh no, yeah, me too.
I mean, you didn't even realize there was a second season that you had already watched for a while.
That's how good it was. It felt like one complete season, and just one ongoing story with no break.
But no, really enjoyed the series. They finally released the trailer for the third season coming out on Netflix. Did not see a release date. Did you see a release date, Q?
No, not on a release date, but I'm looking forward to it. I mean, this is a good series with many characters. Like, if I were to say who my favorite character is, it's the Belmont. But I also will admit, though, that there are a lot of great characters. And that, what's it, Camilla? Camilla is 100 times more evil than Dracula. Like, she is disturbingly evil heifer. Like, she is a good, but I like it because it's escalation. You went from this powerful, dangerous villain, but who had some redeeming qualities that is completely like, you don't want her to exist in the same world you're in. Like, like you have to wonder what kind of god would let you live in a world where Camilla is running around. She is friggin' psychotic.
Well, and then I forget the guy's name. The
Devil Forger,
the face period. Yeah,
I forgot his name because I'm really bad about these. But no, but he's
here we
awesome.
Go, March 5th. So.
Oh, wow, that is coming up soon.
Yeah, soon.
But the Devil Forger, I'm looking for. Dude, he is cool. He was a very cool. There's so many good characters. Mm-hmm. This is how a series is done well.
I mean, and they've had good characters on both sides. They've had your good, less evil protagonist, and you've had your evil side.
Do you remember when he took the dude out? Remember when he took the guy out, and he just almost apologetic, like, "Oh well, how unfortunate." Lord Dracula will be so disappointed. And then it's like, oh, I don't know where he went, Lord Dracula. And Lord Dracula even look at him like, you my boy, I'm not going to say nothing, but I know you did it. Like, just watch it. There's so many points in there where you're just like, they could almost do a side series with any of these characters that you'd watch just to see more of them.
Yeah.
And like I said, Camilla is just really, to me, a great villain. I'm looking forward because she disturbs me far more than Dracula ever did.
Well, no, and that's, I've always enjoyed that version of Dracula. You know, that
the man behind the monster.
He's not 100% evil. You know, he has his reasoning for everything. You know, he's more of a gray, you know, than
yes, a dark gray, but a gray.
Yeah.
Well, no, I like villains that have more to them than just I'm Captain Evil.
Yeah.
Even Camilla,
there's
there's a reason she's so effed up. But boy, is she effed up. But there's a reason. Like, you get hints of it in the second season, and I'm assuming more will come out because, like, when you find out her vampire master was a creep.
Yeah.
Like, and you know what? I'm gonna say that. There's a perfect example of the actual toxic male and strong female character done well. They don't hammer you over the head with it. You actually feel for the female character and you root for her. Because even though she's super evil, I like her. Mm-hmm. You know, because I get why she's the way she is. Because they showed me and not told. They didn't tell me I should like Camilla and support her.
Well, no,
they made her a good character.
Also, the girl that's traveling Belmont.
The speaker.
The speaker. I mean, she had a good backstory. You know?
Yeah, and she is no joke, boy.
Yeah,
Woo.
she's a really good
awesome.
character.
She is arguably one of the most powerful. Like, I'm not 100% sure if Alucard really got her, because she is a very powerful mage.
Yeah,
she's a very powerful mage. But see, again, good storytelling, well done character, some of the best characters in the series. I literally just stated that I like Camilla as a villain more than Dracula, even though I really like Dracula because she's intimidating, intimidating
she is
to me.
A scary woman.
Like, I would rather face Dracula than her. Like, give me a wooden stake and some garlic, I'll take on Dracula. You got to give me a tank and a couple of more of those speakers before I take her on. And that's well done.
Yeah.
And this is just another example of what happens when you try.
All right, well, let's finish this up with a final random encounter. We're going to get our lovely editor to throw a die.
It's a good idea. It's kicking in. I'm fading.
You're fading.
I'm feeling the coffee.
Yeah. All right. 14.
Whovian.
Doctor Who villain is your which Doctor Who villain is your favorite?
Ooh, I got a good answer.
You have I've got a good answer too.
The Master.
You better not steal mine. I don't think you got the balls to do mine. I don't think you'll do it.
So you're a big fan of the Master?
I think
the Master or
cool.
Missy, the mistress.
I mean, it's still.
I think they're the same.
I know.
Yeah. Like they're
the same. What you got, Zeno? Let's
all right.
see.
So my the Doctor Who villain. Well, okay, never mind. My original answer is not my favorite villain. It's just the most prominent villain, and that's the BBC. But
no, that wasn't my answer, but that's a good one.
But no, I mean, I've always been I guess. Oh man, I mean, the Master was very iconic going throughout the series. But I still got to give props to the Daleks. I mean, they've always been a very interesting race, and it was also something that was created and even though it was very I don't know, it's something you shouldn't be afraid of. I mean, it's a garbage can with a plunger on it, but it turned out so well. So I would say the Daleks.
For me, my favorite villain, I have to judge it based on what they've accomplished, who's done the most damage, caused the most devastation and destruction, the most harm, who I've followed the most often, who I never pass up a chance to find out news about.
Oh, God.
And that'll be the 13th Doctor.
That is not your favorite villain.
What are you talking about? I know more about... I've watched more of the 13th Doctor than I have the Daleks. There's no Dalek that's caused more damage than Jodie Foster.
You're just trying to... I mean, that goes along with my BBC answer, but...
the BBC, I don't know, man. They've done some
But
damage.
the thing
but
is that's obviously not a favorite. That's just you trying
do you
to.
know how many videos I've watched about the 13th Doctor? I mean, really, if we talk by actual time, I have watched more 13th Doctor than I have any other villain. I have more 13th Doctor time clocked.
All right, whatever. There you go, people. That's the end of that segment. And that's the end of our show. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this episode. If you do like Dice Junkies, we do ask you to please hit that like, subscribe button on over there on YouTube. I mean, even if you're watching this live on Twitch, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please go and do that. We're also on Facebook. You can check us out there. We have Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. We try to get posted on those as much as we can. And we have a website, Dicejunkies.com. You can check out there. It has links to everywhere we can be found online. And also, if you want to support us, patreon.com/Dicejunkies. You can support us there. So we look forward to next week. We'll see you then. Hope you enjoy.